Galactic date 20XX. At the far reaches of space lies a planet on the brink of ruin. The planet's name? Kopai. Due to a booming population, booming appetites, and a basic lack of planning, Kopai's inhabitants have all but exhausted their food supply. Their only hope is to find another planet with edible matter. Accordingly, they send unmanned scout vessels called Sparrows out into space. To their dismay, the search is proving fruitless. Just as they're about to give up, the final vessel reports back with news of a miraculous discovery. They mobilize to investigate the planet, which they name PNF 404. Kopai's last hope rests on 3 intrepid explorers. At last, the explorers' 279,000 light-year voyage nears its end. But as they initiate the landing sequence, something goes horribly wrong.
What happened? Where am I? The last thing I remember was... Oh, of course. This must be PNF 404. Charlie to ship. Charlie to ship. Do you copy? This is your captain. I repeat, do you copy? Hello? Anyone? There's no response. Where's my ship? My crew! I managed to escape unscathed, but what about the rest of my crew? They could be anywhere on PNF 404. I've got to find Alf and Brittany. I only hope they survived. Okay, cool. Moving tutorial now. Just got to skip over this. Okay, right. Just does feel a little bit weird that we don't have full control over our captains yet. But yes. Welcome to an all badges playthrough of Pikmin 3 Deluxe. I don't really introduce myself, but of course Charlie's talking. Uh-oh, I seem to have wandered into a strange neighborhood. I'm Maltese. Channel's named Camry Ortiz. Okay, wow, I definitely need to change the controls just to make sure that okay, wow. Okay, this is weird. Because I'm really used to gyro controls. They don't appear hostile. So let me get this straight. I can round up these creatures by pointing at them and pressing B and throw them with A. And if you're cool, you use motion controls. No. Don't want to do that. Turn that on. Let's go with this, and that should... Okay, yeah, that's a little bit more what I'm used to. Okay. Yeah, as I was saying, I don't really introduce myself much, but I'm Camry and, well, we have a lot to, well, I have a lot to explain on how this LP is going to work, and for the most part, we don't really have the time to get into that just quite yet, so, we're just gonna continue on. They're still following me. Also, yeah, if you haven't been paying attention to the squad, number, you don't have to collect all 30 in that little section, as you're just given all 30 at this point regardless. Which, I feel is fun. Okay. Completely forgot that Charlie said one of those. Dead memes. And bye bye Charlie. It's a miracle. I'm alive and somehow unharmed. Just as the SS Drake was about to land, we lost control and had to make an emergency escape. During the chaos, I was separated from my other two team members, as well as the ship itself. As the ship's engineer, it's up to me, Alf, to find both the SS Drake and my crew members. Okay, well, the game is going to show us the ropes about everything to do with Pikmin, but I feel like if you don't mind, I'm going to explain how this LP is going to function, even if that does mean skipping over these cutscenes. That is something I will like to note now, as before we continue, is the fact that I don't normally read the text in cutscenes. It's just, I kind of wanted to do it for this game since it is one of my favorite games, so I wanted to take a moment. It's also why I'm going to be doing this a little bit more than 100%, I guess. I think I'm going to let editing Ortiz take this over, but I think I'm going to leave myself some editing notes in this, so hopefully I can remember everything I want to explain as we do this tutorial. This won't be a complete in-depth guide of showing you how to obtain all 50 badges, but instead we'll just show you the ones you can obtain in a somewhat casual playthrough of all the modes of Pikmin 3 Deluxe, and mentioning the others that do require something else to obtain. Typically, it's just a second person or a second controller. As such, the badges that are in the bingo battle categories and those that require co-op play will only be mentioned, although I might consider doing a bingo battle bonus episode if it is possible, as Pikmin 3 Deluxe only has local multiplayer officially. Also, not all badges can be attained within the length of a single episode and will have to be covered over multiple episodes. For those, I'll have a pop-up graphic showing their progress towards those, and if applicable, the first badge of its series will be shown first before moving on to the next. For example, the Fruit series. For the most part, the moment progress occurs is when the pop-up will appear, but if multiple stages of progression occurs in quick succession, I'll just skip over to the latest one. Or, if it's for the specific badges of Gardener and Flower Grinder, I'll have those appear at the end of the results screen. Any progression towards badges we make in an episode, and including the obtaining of badges, will be marked in an episode's description, so you can see at a glance just how many badges we obtained in that episode and how close we are to getting others. But enough about badges or achievements, which I will be using both terms to refer to those as well. They're one and the same. The series will be split up to diversify the type of content shown and to spread out the 2 playthroughs that will need to be done, as, unless you've played through the demo of Pikmin 3 Deluxe, you will need to play through story mode at least twice. Once to unlock Ultra Spicy mode, and secondly to obtain the achievement for beating the game on Ultra Spicy difficulty. Thankfully, a 3rd playthrough isn't needed, as the achievements for playing on certain difficulty unlock even if you play the game on a higher difficulty than specifically stated. So even if the first playthrough is on hard, we will be unlocking the badge for playing the game on normal. The Ultra Spicy playthrough will be a single episode in which the entire playthrough is abridged into that one single episode, so we don't spend 15 more episodes on just this game's story mode. Although, between that and the end of this current playthrough of story mode will be an episode, if needed, that will be spent going back through and obtaining everything that was missed in this first run, just so I don't have to worry about it during the Ultra Spicy run. As well as the entirety of mission mode, split up into 14 thematic episodes, and afterwards will be the newly added content of Pikmin 3 Deluxe. Besides stories of Olimar's assignment and Olimar's comeback. And after all of that, will be one last episode in which I'll mention any badges we didn't have a chance to mention in this series as a final send-off to Pikmin 3 Deluxe. That should be everything. I think that's just about everything I wanted to note. So I think I will come back to it in the moment because it's a good thing too, because so this variety is a mural. There's an achievement. Okay, nice. There is an achievement you get for getting all 15 of them, so that is one that we'll be working on as the series progresses. For achievements like that, I will make a note of them in the description. In fact, anytime we get an achievement, that is where it will go. I believe it's here. Yeah, okay. Yep. Take photos of the 15 hidden murals, and we've already done one. I think I might go over them when it's a little bit more relevant, but just to quickly make note of it, there are 3 of them per area, and, well, we've already found one of them. Yeah, and I think before we move on, I think getting to, I think this might be a cutscene. With dialogue, I mean. What's that? So I guess it does segue in pretty nicely to what I was getting up to. It looks like someone's left a data file here. Maybe the copad will be able to read it. Something we've noted or seen before. Excellent. The copad can read the data file. So these creatures are called Pikmin. This information might come in handy later on, so I'll save it in the copad's explanation notes. Okay. I don't think Captain Charlie wrote this data file, so who did? Could there be other intelligent life forms on this planet? I'm expecting there to be an achievement for getting the first one. Okay, I feel like anytime a character has dialogue that pops up on screen, I won't feel compelled to read it. think it is this one. No, I think it's in here. As I was getting to when the game led into it. Whenever I play through this game, I only really go for all fruit, not so much the data files, as there is a main reason for that. I believe in the Wii U version, anytime you started up a new save file, all of the data files would just reset, whereas in this game, in the Switch version, anytime you start a new save file over on the same save file, or same user file, any data files you've collected will stay collected, meaning that it's a little bit hard to make a note of everything, and that's also why I'm thinking that it might be useful to have one episode where we go back through and get everything that we missed. As well, I don't entirely know where all of them are, being completely honest, and well, we do need them for all of them for an achievement. I'll mention it at the end of the episode. There it is, the SS Drake. The cupboard isn't picking up any signs of life in the immediate area. What am I supposed to do now? Incoming transmission, who could it be? Alf, it's me, Brittany. Do you call me? Thank goodness. You were the SS Drake, right? I made it through the landing in one piece. The thing is, I'm trapped somewhere. And I'm stuffed. Oh no, we got cut off. I wonder how far Brittany is. But at the very least, I'm thankful that she appears to be safe and sound. What's that strange sound? The sun is setting, which could mean that the nocturnal predators are starting to wake up. Should probably get off the planet's surface for now. The first time of many we'll get to see this. Just soak it in. I'm really tempted to use that sunset as in the thumbnail. Most of the supplies we brought with us from Kopai were destroyed in the crash landing. So we now only have 3 days worth of edible provisions left. Starting tomorrow, I'll have to find some local food. Okay, another new achievement. How many was that today? As I've been trying to get to, I should also mention that this version handles the data files a little bit differently in the fact that not only has it streamlined a few of them, and well, I believe the very first one you normally find telling you how to move is just given to us in this version, whereas in the Wii U version you would have to find it. But I don't think it was that far out of the way. I will touch on the other change this version makes to the data files, but that will be for next episode, I feel like. We're shipwrecked on this planet. Some creatures called Pikmin helped me find the SS Drake, but our cosmic drive key is nowhere to be found. We won't be going anywhere without that. Luckily, I made contact with Brittany and we'll set out to find her tomorrow. When I took off in the ship, the Onion took flight as well. Odd, but amazing. I've tracked down Brittany's signal. Right now, finding her is my highest priority. However, I'm also very concerned that her cosmic drive key is now missing. If I don't find that, the Drake won't be able to fly as fast enough to get us back to Kripai. That'll be very, very bad. But I think this episode we crash landed again on a very distant planet, and I feel like next episode we'll go find Brittany in the land down under. But until then, that has been Aussie.